Hi, my name is Dave Fuller. I'm with the University of Maine Cooperative Extension. Today I'm going to be talking about harvesting and drying hardneck garlic. Garlic is an important crop in Maine economically, both to commercial growers and to home gardeners. And we're concerned today about when to actually harvest hardneck garlic because it's not obvious always. So today we'll learn a few tricks on how to do the timing of the harvest of garlic. One of the easiest ways to tell when to harvest hardneck garlic is the time at which the leaves are dying off, turning brown. In this case, we have one leaf which is virtually gone. The next leaf is brown, the third leaf is brown, and this is a good time at which to harvest your garlic when the bottom three leaves are brown. You'll find that the fourth leaf is still looking relatively good, dark green, so on and so forth up the plant. So we don't want to wait until the whole plant is brown because it would then be way too late to harvest. A handy thing to know about garlic is that the leaves are associated with the wrappers on the bulb. So in this case, the first leaf is gone now, and you can see this dark spot on the bulb, which was actually the first wrapper. So the first wrapper is gone. The second leaf here is corresponding to this splitting, and so the second wrapper is starting to break down, and the third one's holding on tight. But if we wait too long, we'll find that all the wrappers will have broken down, leaving exposed cloves, and that predisposes the bulb towards diseases, and also it's not very marketable at all because the cloves take on a very soiled appearance. So in terms of timing, you can see that this variety, which is German Extra Hardy, has 9 leaves. Well, 2 of the wrappers on the bulb have started to break down, which only leaves us with 7. So you see you have a fairly narrow window of about 2 weeks to harvest garlic. Garlic in central Maine typically is harvested, depending on the variety, from about the 3rd week in July through the 1st week in August. When harvesting hardneck garlic, it's best to underdig the plants to loosen them from the soil. Using a spading fork in the home garden, or commercially a 1-row potato digger works really well. So making sure not to get too close to the plant to spear the bulb, just loosen like this, pull the plant up, and shake the soil off loosely. And then you can just lay the bulb on the ground, and we can lay that out for a couple of days just to air dry so we can brush the soil off. So after a day or two, and the garlic has had a chance to air dry out in the field, you can loosely brush the soil off. And then cut the tops down. This way you're removing a lot of the plant so that you don't have the bulk of all those tops to dry and the space requirements needed. So cut about 3 inches above the bulb, and then we're going to take them inside to finish the drying and curing process. If you only have a few garlic plants to dry, you can hang them up in small bunches, or cutting the tops down to about 3 inches within the bulb, put them in an onion bag in an airy spot out of the sun. But if you're a home gardener who has a lot of garlic, or a commercial farmer, you need a faster, more efficient way to dry your garlic. Here we have a simple drying system, a rack built out of 2x4s and 1-inch chicken wire fastened with poultry wire staples. And this is set up off the ground. You could either use bricks or a 2x4 or whatever to get it off the ground so that the air will circulate freely. And then we take the cloves, the bulbs rather, that we've taken from the field, and just spread them out onto the chicken wire in a single layer so that the air moves amongst them and helps to dry them down really quickly. And these bulbs should be ready in about 3 to 4 weeks. In the advent of rainy weather, sometimes it's helpful to have a fan on to make sure that these dry down really quickly. Otherwise, we might have some disease problems like blue mold. When putting your garlic on these racks for drying, this is a good time to look for problems that the garlic may have. Diseased bulbs that look obviously diseased should be removed. Also, if you happen to have speared or damaged a bulb in harvesting, remove that also, because it's prone to disease problems and that which may spread to the other bulbs. Then once you have the first rack filled, you can simply put some more spacers, 2x4s or what have you, and then for filling the second, third, fourth, and so on, right on up. These racks are very inexpensive to make, and they take up very little room. And also they're very good for drying subsequent crops like onions and dry beans. So by drying hardneck garlic properly, we're going to have a crop that's going to store better, and it's going to appeal more to the customer if you happen to be selling garlic or giving it as gifts. For more information on garlic, please look at our website at University of Maine Cooperative Extension.